Welcome to The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to The Asshole Podcast. It is your favorite day of the week. It is Thursday. My goodness, we are excited, super excited to get into pretty much the last week of Hooked, man. This is pretty much the last week. I believe we're going to be doing chapters 44, 45, and 46. Woo! We have come quite the way from, this book. This book has actually been really good. I was very, skeptical about it. In the beginning, I was like, okay, this book's pretty good. And then once I got into, the middle of it, I was like, yeah, it wasn't all that. But now that we've kind of come to a close with it, it has become one of my favorite books, if I'm being honest with you, that we've gone over. This one has been a really, really top-notch book. I have enjoyed it, and I know you guys have been enjoying it. I do be seeing the download numbers, and you guys have been enjoying the book. I'm excited next week to get into our new book. We're going to go ahead and pretty much finish out this book. I think we have maybe, something like 9 minutes or something like that. Hold on, let me see. It's something like it's like 10 minutes left of the book, and then we're pretty much done after that. So yeah, it's gonna be super quick. It's gonna be no time at all, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, today will pretty much be the last full Hooked episode, and then next week we're going to be on to pretty much finishing up Hooked, and then we'll be getting into our new book, which I'm excited for the new book. If you guys saw Tuesday's episode, at the end of Tuesday's episode, I gave you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. I went ahead and read the synopsis of the book, so that way you guys can get a little bit of a sneak peek of it, you know what I mean? Also talked about the book on stream as well, and if you remember Tuesday's episode, I was saying that we were going to do stream on this set, and then we actually did stream on that set. I figured it out. I found a way to make stream or be able to do audiobooks and stuff like that on this computer, because I was going to do it on here because it's a little easier and I kind of have it already all set up, but I was able to find a way to do it on this computer and stream it for you guys. So we will be doing different books. So I'm going to try to do pretty much 2 books at the same time. So you guys will still be getting your weekly book on Thursday, and you'll be getting, your 2 to 3 chapters, whatever the case may be. And then on Sundays, I'm going to try to do it every Sunday. We will be doing kind of a book marathon type thing, where we'll go 3 to 4 hours and we'll just be listening to the book. After every chapter, we'll get to talk about it, with each other live and all that stuff. But it will be a different book. It won't be the book that we'll be covering on Thursdays. It'll be a completely different book. So how we did on Sunday, which was Anna Huang's Twisted, you know what I mean? That we're doing that book for the live stream, and then we're going to be doing a different book, for Thursdays. So that way you guys can get 2 different books at the same time. You know what I mean? It'll kind of bring you guys into the streams and all that kind of stuff. We'll be able to listen to a book or an audiobook pretty much together, live in real time, all that good stuff. So I'm going to try to patent that out for you guys, try to go every Sunday, and then Monday will kind of be a gaming stream. So we'll do Sunday will be a book stream, and then Monday will be a gaming stream. And we'll try to keep that schedule going. And what I'll do is I'll just take Friday off. I won't stream on Fridays. I'll just be doing the Patreon episode on Friday, and that'll be that. So that's what we'll do. That's how we'll kind of get everything going for you guys, just so that way you guys have some nice juicy content. But yeah, without further ado, enough of my yapping. Let's get into today's thread, and then we'll get into today's book. I just wanted to get some stuff outlined for you guys, so that way you guys kind of know what's going on and what we're doing, and yeah, all that good stuff. Okay, so today's thread is, what's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired? All right. I want to check something really quick. Okay, no, we're good. Okay. I was just checking something. All right, let's get on into it. So, what's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired? He told a pregnant girl, if your boyfriend comes inside you before you give birth, it will help the baby slide out better.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Corporate could no longer hide his drinking at work after that. Oh, shit. My man was drunk? Oh, shit. My man was flying under the radar for so long, just getting drunk at work. And then he say some stupid shit like this. And they're like, sir, are you drunk? And he's like, nah, I only had one. What are you talking about? You know, crazy. Wow. Hey, you know, some people are just insane like that. All right, what's the most NSFW reason you have seen someone get fired? Worked in a call center where a few dudes put a Carolina Reaper sucker in the microwave. It happened before I got there that day, but that half of the building was evacuated and people said it was burning their eyes. Dude was fired that day. What the fuck? First off, I didn't know there were Carolina Reaper suckers. That's crazy. Like, why the fuck would you want to, like, have something that hot in a sucker form? That would be terrible. And then why in the hell would you put it in the microwave? Like, I have so many questions. So many. Like, bro, for one, why did you put it in the microwave? Two, how the hell was it burning everybody's eyes? How did it get in the air? You know, like, I have so many fucking questions, dude. How in the fuck? And then why? You know what I mean? Why would you do this? Like, that's crazy, bro. Hey. Man, you know, the world may never know on that one, if I'm being honest with you. Goodness gracious. All right, on to our next one. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen somebody get fired? A family member had a colleague who got fired for hosting an after-hours orgy in the office. Whoa, we never found out exactly how they got caught. That's crazy. What the fuck? They were just like, oh yeah, you know, are you coming to the genital jamboree after work? And he's like, genital jamboree? What is that? He's like, oh yeah, you know, everybody in the office, we stay after work, you know, and we you know, do a little work, you know, yeah, we do a little overtime, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, and it's called a genital jamboree. Yeah, it's called a genital jamboree. You should come on by. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. I'm down for the genital jamboree. Yeah. Hey, bro, that's insane, man. All right. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired? Guy wanted to leave early. Boss said no. So he put a melted chocolate bar down his pant leg, saying he shit himself and had to go home. Went on vacation and returned. Got called to HR. Apparently someone had been stealing from vending machines, so they installed security cameras. They watched a video of him buying a chocolate bar, heating it up in a microwave, and putting it down his leg. Oh, bro, they caught yo bitch ass over somebody stealing in the vending machine. Like, they wasn't even trying to catch you, but they caught you. You know what I mean? Like that's some bullshit right there. Like, they wasn't even trying to catch me, but they caught me. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's fucked up. Hey, you know, That's what happens, you know. And what's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired? IT guy at our work got fired for having terabytes of porn on work devices and watching it in the office. Bro, okay, first off, where are you getting terabytes of porn, bro? Terabytes. That's a lot of corn, bro. That's 1,000,000 megabytes of porn, bro. What are you doing? That's a lot of corn. You don't need that much. I mean, you could have 4 good videos, bro, and you're straight. Like, a terabyte is insane. Oh my God. One might assume he was doing it in an office with a door he could close, but nope. Low-walled cubicle layout, baffling. That's insane, bro. A terabyte. Do you guys know how much space a terabyte is? That's a lot of fucking space, bro. That's a lot of space. My man is out here, got like probably thousands on thousands of pictures, you know, hundreds of videos. Like, man, that's crazy. A terabyte's insane. Hey, again, bro, that's 1,000,000 megabytes. That's 1,000 gigabytes, bro. That's a lot of space, son. Damn. All right, what's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone to get fired? I have a lot of dumb traditional stories, but one that hits me was when I was a teenager working at Pizza Hut. We had this kid working with us who was 18 years old and a full-on junkie. He showed up on time, did the job, but we would take a bathroom break a day. But would take a bathroom break a day that was pretty long, that he was always pretty sweaty and irritable before he took it. Then he'd be slow and goofy after. We knew, just like how we knew the 2 guys who cleaned the parking lot 3 times a day were smoking bowls behind the dumpster. Whatever, as long as you get the job done and don't disappear. Then one day this dude goes for his shooting up break and doesn't come back out after 15 minutes. We knock on the door for a couple of minutes, no answer. We shout, ask if he's okay, no answer. We assumed he OD'd, so we pick the lock on the door, literally just one of those ones where you use a screwdriver to unlock it from the outside. The door opens and the dude has has a needle in one arm and the other wrapped around his dick, jerking it like his life depended on it. Yeah, he was fired. So, dude was alive and he just had a needle in his arm and he was just beating his meat? What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's crazy. So what? Just beating his meat wasn't good enough? You know what I mean? Like just flat out beating your meat wasn't good enough, dog? Like, you had to amp it up? Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Hey, I personally don't get how motherfuckers beat their meat at work. Bro, I'll wait till I get home, man. Like, bro, I don't know how there's some dudes who, like, they have the urge and the feeling and the need to beat their meat, you know, at work. That shit is insane. Now, don't get me wrong. I would beat a girl's cheeks at work all day, day. You know what I mean? Like, I've said that in a previous episode that, you know, beating a girl's cheeks in the bathroom, you know what I mean, getting paid to fuck, that'd be amazing. But beating my meat, nah, bro. Nah, I'm gonna wait till I get home on that one. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. Hey. Ah, goodness. All right. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen someone get fired for? Buddy got fired because he was getting head in the cooler from a girl he'd been interested in for months. It was the first time they'd ever did anything, and he barely got the tip in before getting caught. Damn, man was living my dream, bro. He was living my dream. He was just like, oh yeah, he barely got the tip in, and they were just like, what are you guys doing? It's like, oh shit, damn, yeah. See, this is why you don't go to the cooler, man. You go to the bathroom, bro. You know what I mean? You go to the bathroom because you can lock the door. They can't walk in on you in the bathroom. Now, I understand, the bathroom, you may think like, it's a little icky or whatever, but it's just like, hey, man, when you're getting it in, you're getting it in at that point. It's like, come on now. Hey, come on, man. That's where you fucked up. That's where you was in the cooler. You should have been in the bathroom where you locked the door. Come on now. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone to get fired? Got caught ejaculating into the ice cream maker.
What did he say?
Bro, what? Oh my god, he got fired and arrested. Bro, come on, man. What would possess you to be like, yo, what if I nutted in the ice cream maker? And then I'm serving people ice cream with my nut in it. Like, bruh, how do you get to that conclusion, man?
Bruh.
Oh my god, that is just insane. How do you get to that point where you're just like, yo, what if I nutted in the ice cream maker? Homeboy had to be like on an edible or something. He had to have been under the influence of some shit. He had to just, because there's no way you would like be sober and you would think about nutting in the ice cream maker. That's crazy. Hey. Damn, man. All right, what's the most NSFW reason? I wonder how much jail time he did for that shit, too. I ain't gonna lie. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone getting fired? Extremely short-lived front of house manager at my work was caught passed out in his car with a pipe in his hand. He wasn't fired until he was caught in the shared manager's office at a university behind one-way glass with his pipe in his hand. He was later arrested for stabbing a customer after getting a job at Denny's.
What did he say?
This man straight stabbed somebody after getting a job at Denny's? Bro, god damn. Now look, and this is why for me, I could never, and I mean ever, work at like fast food or work at places, with food, or, even when I was working in my grocery store days, work at the deli and all that kind of, nah, bro. People and food, I couldn't do it, bro. Could not do it. Hungry people are the worst. Oh my God. And I believe it was last episode. It was either last episode or it was the Friday episode where I talked about, back when I used to work in my retail days, we used to fry fish and all that kind of stuff. That shit sucked. Man, I'm telling you, worst thing ever, man. Absolutely worst thing ever, bro. Oh, my Lord. It is terrible. Absolutely terrible, man. But the fact that homeboy stabbed somebody at Denny's is crazy. Man. All right, what's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone to get fired? All right. Co-worker of 5 years was caught jizzing inside our work boots at a construction site.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Bro. What? He must have had a vendetta, bro. They must have like made fun of him, or they were laughing at him about some shit, or like they must have took turns on his girlfriend or something. I don't know, bro. But for you to be jizzing in their work boots is nuts, son. God damn, employer got us all brand new boots. I also have a hunch that when we toss out our old boots, the ex-coworker takes them home and does stuff to it I can't imagine. Worker has been fired and reported. Bro, that's like, why, man? Like I said, I guarantee you they either made fun of this dude, they got on his head about something, they fucked his girl. I don't know what it was, but yeah, man, he had a vendetta. Homeboy was pissed, whatever they did. All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then we'll end this thread, and we'll get right on into our book, all right? So, what's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone to get fired? Devout religious guy who never ever drank decided to take up drinking all of a sudden while on a business travel. He then decided that people wanted to see his penis. Turns out they didn't, bro. Come on, man. Like, I get it. You're drunk, but nobody tried to stop this guy. You know what I mean? Like, bro. Oh, man. That's crazy. And, yeah, this is why you don't take up drinking. You know what I mean? This is why you don't take up drinking, bro, because that shit can get you in trouble. I hope he didn't go to jail for public indecency, because you can go to jail for at least 3 years, for public indecency. Like, bruh, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. Like, think about it. Dude probably had a good job. If he's religious, he may have had a family, and you pretty much destroyed your whole life over drinking and showing your penis when you weren't a drinker before. Like, damn. All right, this will be our last one for this thread. What's the most NSFW reason you've seen for someone to get fired? FedEx Hub Memphis, 2 aircraft mechanics got caught having sex in the aircraft cockpit, both fired. One of them successfully appealed her termination on the grounds that she was on break at the time. That's fucked up. Yo, she got her job back, but he didn't get his job back? That's crazy. Oh, I would have said the same thing. I'd have been like, yeah, I was on break too. What you mean? Like, we took our break and we was fucking. Like, she wanted the dick, so I went on my break. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm telling you, man, why did y'all go in the bathroom? You can lock the door. You're just like the cooler guy. Go to the bathroom, man. I understand. You think the bathroom's icky or whatever, but hey, man, when you're in the mood, it don't matter. You got to get it in, man. Got to get it in. That's what I'm saying. For me, this is a fantasy of mine. I've already planned it out. I already know what's going to happen, Like, damn. It's like... And on top of that, I ain't losing my job over that shit, too. You know what I mean? But damn, bro. That's crazy, the fact that she got her job back, though. That's the crazy part about it, is the fact that she got her job back and homeboy didn't get his back. That's crazy, man. But hey, that's going to be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. That was a wild ride of a thread, man. So people be doing some crazy shit at their places of work. And there's a lot of, motherfuckers jerking off into shit, man. I don't know what's going on with dudes nowadays. It is insane. I don't know what is going on with these dudes and why they're jerking off all the damn time. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I do my fair share of jerking it, but god damn, man, I wait till I get home, dog. You know what I mean? It's insane that y'all motherfuckers be doing it at work and then getting caught at that. You got needles in your arm jerking it. Y'all jerking in the ice cream machines. Like, that's crazy, bro. Absolutely insane, man. But again, let me know if you have a story of somebody getting fired in a crazy, crazy way. Or, a friend's story, whatever the case may be. Get down part of the thread. Or just let me know what you think about the thread down in the comments, all right? So we're going to hop through announcements super quick. And then we'll get right into our book. And yeah, that's that. So patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured in the Tuesday and Sunday episodes. We have pretty much almost we have a good amount of people in there. We really do. We have a good amount of people. We have almost 30 people on Patreon, man. A good little community over there, man. I do appreciate that so much. Hopefully you guys can get over there. Get a part of Patreon, man, like these people did. I think it's 27. I think we have over there. I think we have 27 Patreons. We have quite a bit. Crazy enough, we have quite a bit of Patreons over there, so definitely get over there, man. Be a part of the Patreon squad, man. It's only $3 a month. Get over 100 hours of content over there. Check it out. If you are on the fence about it, you're like, I don't know, go ahead and check out the episode we did on the 4th of July. The 4th of July episode was lit. That was a really good episode. Check that episode out. If you're like, oh, I really like this and I kind of want a little more, we have over 100 hours of content over there, man. $3 a month gets you that exclusive episode. All right, so check that out. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support, man. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been showing on the audio listening platforms. So keep downloading the episodes as well as rating us 5 stars. All that good stuff. I appreciate and love you guys so very much. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you guys show. And if you guys want to show even more support, go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well as TikTok. TikTok for the lives as well. And subscribe to us on YouTube. It's all for free. And those go a long way. On YouTube, we are trying to hit 2K before the end of the year. Hopefully, we can hit that goal. I know we can. I know you guys can do it. I really believe in you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support. But without further ado, let's get on into our book. I believe we have chapters 44, 45, and 46 for today. All right. I'm super excited to see what happens between our girl Wendy and our boy Hook, our boy James. You know what I mean? Let's see what they've been getting into. All right. So I'm gonna move you guys on over right now.
44. James. My office is destroyed. I stare at Curly, Starkey, and the twins as they watch me pace back and forth. They're smart enough to know there's nothing they can say that will calm the rage wreaking havoc on my insides. I called Curly in specifically because I know him and Moira are close. Moira. Unbelievable. Turning, I point at Curly, my finger shaking. Did you know? His nostrils flare, his fingers popping as he puts his fist in his other hand. Hell no, Hook. I would never let that bitch get away with this. Nodding, I rest my palms on the edge of the desk, my grip so tight my knuckles leach of colour. Bring her to me. I don't know if... My arm sweeps across the desk, everything crashing to the floor, wires ripping from their sockets, and pens rolling across the wood. Bring her to me, now! Curly nods, pulling out his phone and walking away. But he needn't go anywhere, because as he opens the door, Moira stands on the other side. Hi, boys. My head snaps up, untapped fury ripping through my muscles and bleeding from my bones. Moira, I purr. How lovely of you to make an appearance. I walk around the desk, my fingers gripping the handle of my knife so tight it bruises. She makes her way inside, meeting me halfway, and smirks. I brush her hair off the side of her neck, the back of my hand resting against her cheek. Tell me, sweetheart, did you think you would get away with it, or do you simply wish for death? She looks me straight in the eye and smiles. I still think I'm getting away with it, James. The back of my hand connects with her cheek in a sharp crack, her body flinging onto the floor. My nostrils flare as I step over to her, the heel of my shoe digging into her back. I lean into my body weight, reveling in the way she whimpers beneath me. My eyes snag on that disgusting crocodile tattoo gracing the back of her neck as a memory flashes in my mind. Sorry, new tattoo, it's still kind of sore. I shake my head, chuckling at my own stupidity. Reaching down, I flip her over, pinning her down with my forearm on her chest. Ah, such memories of you, beneath me like the filthy whore you've always been. Her hands smack the floor, and she lets out a scratchy scream. Fuck you, Hook! This is exactly why I dipped. You treat people like shit. Spare me the theatrics. I treat you like shit because you've never been worth anything more. I press my blade against her jugular. Tell me what I want to know. I'd rather die, she sneers. I grin. Oh, rest assured you will. I lean down, my lips at her ear. You made a mistake, choosing Peter. Her brows furrow, and then she laughs, her head smacking against the floor until tears seep out the corner of her eyes. Oh my God, you don't even know, do you? My jaw clenches, my free hand reaching up and grasping her hair, lifting her head up and slamming it against the ground. She cries out as I push her face into the floor, my knife back at her throat. Speak in riddles again and I'll cut off your lips. She winces. I don't know, Peter, okay? My man is Croc. She pushes her neck into the edge of my blade. And he's coming for your head. I remove the blade, replacing it with my fingers, squeezing until I feel her trachea in the palm of my hand. She coughs, her eyes bulging at the pressure. You don't want to do that, she wheezes. I promise you I do. He has your precious Wendy, and I know where she is. Before this moment, I always thought I had known fear. Had assumed that staring down the face of my uncle, hearing the ticks of his watch as he locked my bedroom door, was the epitome of the word. I was wrong, because I have never known the icy grip of true terror as I do when Wendy's name passes Moira's lips. The blunt end of my knife comes down on her head before she can speak again, knocking her out cold. I drop her body to the floor, rushing to find my phone, and pull up the GPS tracker installed in her necklace, hoping beyond hope that she still has it on. She does, and she's at Cannibal's Cave. But if it isn't Peter, then why are they there? Once I have her location, I'm out the door, Starkey and the twins coming with me, and Curly staying behind. He's waiting on my call. Once I make sure Wendy is really there, he's to put a bullet in Moira's head. I'd like to prolong her torture, but Wendy's safety is paramount, and I don't want to leave loose ends. The drive to Cannibal's Cave takes half the time it normally would, my foot like lead on the pedal, my mind spinning in 1,000 different directions. I am so stupid for believing that my enemies wouldn't take her from me, that Peter wouldn't use his own daughter. I underestimated him once again. The boys are relatively quiet in the car. Starkey sits in the passenger seat with a pistol in his lap, and the twins speak quietly to each other in the back. And my insides are raging, my mind praying to a God who's already sentenced me to hell, bartering my soul as long as it keeps Wendy safe. She has to be safe. As soon as we hit the cave's entrance, I throw the car in park. Okay. I blow out a breath, slipping on my gloves and checking the chamber of my gun. Are you ready, boys? I grin. The time has come to pay the piper. I don't wait for them to follow, knowing they'll have my back. I'm solely focused on finding Wendy, getting her to safety, and then killing every person who thought they could use her against me. Surprise flickers at the realization that revenge doesn't even matter to me now, not if it's at the cost of her life. Walking past the charred trees, I ignore the way my chest pulls from the memory of Rue's body lighting up in flames, and head into the entrance of the cave. I go through the narrow rocky hall and into the large opening, my steps faltering when I see Wendy unconscious, tied to a chair with dried blood on the side of her face. My heart falls to the floor, fire decimating my insides at the sight. I will burn them all. Hook, nice of you to make it. My chest cramps at Peter's voice. I had been holding out hope that it wasn't actually Wendy's own father who would go to such extremes just to get to me. Peter. I place my hands in my pockets. Funny seeing you here, being a disastrous father figure once again. He chuckles as he looks at his daughter. Yeah, well, sometimes sacrifices must be made. I tilt my head. You would harm your own daughter? His eyes darken. She wasn't supposed to be hurt. Tina got a little carried away. I glance over at her again, focusing on the even rise and fall of her chest, the relief from seeing her breathing making me able to focus on Peter instead. Maybe you need to keep a tighter rein on your bitch. He runs a hand over his mouth, his shoulders lifting. You're probably right, but what can you do? Women. I sigh. I tire of playing these games, Peter. Tell me why you lured me here. I put my arms out to the sides. I assume that's what all of this is for. He didn't. A new voice comes from behind me, and the blood in my veins freezes over at the familiarity. It's not possible. I resist the urge to spin around, not wanting to turn my back on Wendy even for a moment. But before long, he moves to stand in front of me. He looks different. His hair is slicked back, a solid black suit fitted to his frame. He looks like me. A smile cracks along his boyish face. Hello, boss man. My mouth opens and I blow out a breath, betrayal sinking deep into my chest, splitting apart the cavity. Smee. Surprise! He lets out a cackle, spinning around in a circle. Wow, this is so much more than I hoped it would be. He presses a hand to his chest. You'll forgive me, of course, for my excitement. I've been waiting for this moment a long time. My stomach churns, anger and hurt mixing together until my vision blurs. My eyes flicker past him to Wendy, her head shaking back and forth, her body fighting against her restraints as she comes to. Relief floods through me. Good. That's a good sign. Smee snaps in my face. Pay attention to me! I grin, my teeth clenching together as I reach in my pocket and pull out my blade, twirling it slowly through my fingers. You know, I start, it's incredible that after all these years, I'd find you here. I step closer to him. Betraying me. His eyes narrow. You're right. We have been together for years, and every day was torture knowing who you were and not killing you in your sleep. He spits, a sneer marring his features. I press a hand to my chest, sticking out my bottom lip. That hurts me. I thought we were friends. He laughs. Oh, we're more than friends, James Andrew Barry. My lungs compress at the use of my full name. We're cousins. 45. James. The breath freezes in my lungs, my heart faltering from where it beats against my chest. Cousins means that he's my uncle's child. But my uncle didn't have any children. Impossible, I say. Improbable, but it's the truth. Smee shakes his head. I was there the night you killed my father. My brows rise, surprise flickering through me as I think back on the night I took my uncle's life. I was in a bit of a rage, so I suppose it's not beyond the realm of possibility that someone was looking in. I glance behind Smee to where Wendy is looking around, her arms moving as if she's trying to free herself from constraints. Peter stands in the corner, but his eyes are locked on me, his face pinched and his eyes hard. You'll meet him again soon enough, I reply, lunging forward. My blade is at his throat in a matter of seconds. It's very stupid of you to bring me here thinking you would make it out alive. He laughs, his Adam's apple pressing against the hooked edge. You've always overestimated your own importance. It's what made it so easy to come into your life, pretending to be homeless as I sat next to the bar where you work. He grins. It's also why it was so easy to sway people to work for me instead. My knife presses deeper into his skin. My people are loyal to me. Your people are afraid of you, his eyes flash. But I didn't go after them. I found the ones who were wronged, and when I told them that I would bring you to justice, taking over and treating them right, well, he smirks, it was easy after that. It's a shame, I say. I tried so hard to keep you from this life. A dull throb smarts against my insides. I won't enjoy killing you. I wouldn't kill him at all if I were you. Heat surges through my blood as my eyes meet Starkey, red stains covering his shirt and a bruise swelling on the side of his face. I'm assuming from the twins. I would say I feel betrayed, but the truth is, with Starkey, I should have known. However, none of that matters because all I can focus on now is the fact he has his gun pressed to Wendy's temple, his finger poised and ready on the trigger. My eyes soak her in, trailing along her person to see if she's been hurt again. But she seems okay. Her jaw is stiff, and she's glaring at her father. Sammy! Peter straightens from where he's leaned against the cave wall, pulling his own gun from his waist. This was not part of the plan. Smee's head twists from where it's still pressed against my knife. Plans change, Peter. I told you the only way to get James to heal was to put her in danger. You knew the risks, and you agreed. Wendy's eyes widen, her mouth parting on a gasp. You what? Hello, darling. I cut in, my gaze flicking to Starkey. It's extremely wonderful to hear you speak. Are you all right? Her eyes soften. You mean besides the gun to my head? I smirk, and Starkey's body stiffens, his hand moving the barrel before pressing it under her jaw. This isn't a fucking joke, he seethes. Let Croc go. Wendy winces as Starkey pushes his pistol into her chin, and a shot of fear surges through my insides. Her eyes widen as she locks her gaze on mine. James, no! Starkey snaps, his hand ripping open her jaw and shoving the gun in her mouth. Rage consumes me, and a terror like I've never known follows close behind. Because as much as I would love to pry the skin off of Starkey's body and break every bone for thinking he could touch her, I'm halfway across the room, and I'm not willing to risk her life on the off chance he's bluffing, when I know deep down he's not. Licking my lips, my fingers tighten around the handle before I step back, raising my palms in the air, the knife clattering to the ground. Smee grins, immediately swooping down to pick it up. He flips it over a few times in his hands, his eyes soaking in every detail. Looking back up at me, he points the tip of the blade in my direction. Any other weapons I should know about? He glances behind him to where Wendy sits, her cheeks wet, Starkey's gun still held inside her mouth. I reach behind my back, pulling out my pistol and dropping it to the floor. Laughing, Smee turns to Peter and claps his hands. What did I tell you, Pete? The boy is in love. He sighs, looking back at me, reaching in his pocket and pulling out something bulky covered in a cloth. Slowly he starts to unwind the fabric. To muffle the noise, he winks, for dramatic effect. The cloth drops to the ground, and with it my mind does as well. Tick, tick, tick. My fists clench at my sides. Smee holds up a glass pocket watch, his grin so wide it touches his cheeks. Do you like my new toy? It's almost as loud as the one you made me throw overboard the other day, he chuckles, shaking his head. My lungs squeeze tight at the noise, flashes of crocodile boots and the clicking of locked doors flashing inside my mind, making my chest rip open, my memories being flayed and sliced into fresh wounds. He walks toward me until the tips of his shoes meet mine, bringing the watch up and pressing it to my ear. Do you know how difficult it is to find a watch that actually ticks? The one I used to have was special. It was just like my father's. He frowns. But I needed to make sure that what Starkey told me was true. My hands fly to my head, trying to drown out the noise, my nerve endings clawing at my skin like 1,000 bugs desperate to escape. Red starts to soak into my vision, the haze bringing rage and shame, a volatile mix that constantly lives inside me. My palms shoot out, gripping Smee's shirt in my hands, balling the fabric and lifting until his feet barely touch the ground. Ah, 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 he sings, you hurt me and he'll kill her. Immediately, I release him, my heart slamming against my ribs as I fight the manic thoughts. I briefly consider grabbing my knife from his hand and trying to cut off my ears, anything to stop the torment. He moves away, the ticking becoming slightly less intense before his arm comes swinging back, the glass face smashing into my cheek, my body slamming into the ground as an aching sting spreads up my jaw. He crouches down, dangling my knife between his knees. "I was there the night you killed my father," he whispers. "I watched you through the windows as you took this knife." He lifts it up to my face, tracing it down my body before jamming it into my side deep, "and bled him out on the floor." Searing pain flares through my torso as he twists the handle, my teeth gritting against the burn. "Do you regret it?" he asks. My face is on the dirt floor, but I turn my head just enough so he can see me grin. "I'd kill him 1,000 times over and force you to watch every one." He pulls the knife from my side, blood spurting from the wound and soaking my shirt, my skin growing clammy. "He was supposed to be mine," he says. "He promised he would take me in as soon as you were gone. He was going to send you away, but then suddenly changed his mind." The blunt edge of the handle cracks against my cheek. "So I waited 3 years for you to turn 18, and then you fucked everything up." Copper pools in my mouth, and I spit on the ground, pushing up until I'm sitting, my head growing fuzzy from the sudden movement. I lean back on the wall, my hand immediately pressing against my side to try and staunch the bleeding. "I did you a favor." "You took everything from me," he screeches, "so I'll take everything from you." Although I'm sure he meant for his words to inspire fear, they only bring realization, because I have thought that exact same phrase, imagined it 1,000 different ways as I visualized my final words to Peter. A laugh bubbles up my throat, the pain in my side twinging, although it's nothing compared to the devastating truth that Smee is just like me. And to him, I'm just like Peter. "You want my life?" I cough, blood bubbling in the back of my throat. "All you had to do was ask. It's yours." Smee's brow turns down. "That's not good enough." He stalks toward me, bending down until his face is directly in front of mine. "I want to see the look on your face as I kill the only person who would show you love." He's talking of Wendy. Of course it's her, because life is full circle, and it's only fitting that he would take from me what I longed to take from Peter. Pop, pop. My heart thumps in my chest as the gunshots ring out, my stomach clamping as my eyes swing to Wendy in fear. "No, not her, anyone but her." Relief pours through my veins when I see she's fine, the gun gone from her mouth, her eyes wide as she stares at the crumpled form of Starkey, dead at her feet. Another pop rings through the air. Peter steps forward as he shoots Smee in the back of the head, and he too drops to the ground. I don't feel satisfaction from his death. I understand all too well the all-consuming rage of seeking vengeance, how it bleeds into your pores and poisons your blood until you can't think of anything but seeking revenge. I only hope that in death he finds peace. "Morons," Peter mutters, walking over and untying Wendy. "Tina, you can come out now." Tina stands from where she was crouching behind a large rock, hiding this whole time. I cringe as I stand, my hand pressing against my side, the burn radiating through my torso. My feet stumble from the way dizziness overtakes me, but I breathe deep, trying to keep my eyes focused. "Your name is James Barry?" Peter asks, tilting his head. "It is," I reply. I have imagined this moment for years, of the look that would cross Peter's face as he realizes just who I am. But now, I only feel hollow. I force my feet to move as I walk toward my knife, grunting from the pain of bending to pick it up, a gush of fresh blood spurting from my wound and seeping through my shirt. I'm not sure how deep the puncture is, but my body is becoming chilled, and I'm sure I'm losing more blood than what anyone would deem a reasonable amount. You look just like your father, Peter continues, and your brother looks like you.
46. Wendy. How many secret family members does James have? My wrists burn from where the rope was tied around them. I shake out my fingers, ignoring the throbbing in my head and the dried blood that pulls the skin on my face. I woke up in a fog, a gun pressed to my temple, and Smee threatening James's life. There are cuts on my wrists from where I fought against the rope, and honestly, I've never felt as helpless as when I saw James fall to his knees, a slave to his trauma. If my father hadn't killed Smee, I would have. Anger floods through me like hot lava, and how my father tricked me, used my brother to get me here, and allowed Tina to abuse me and tie me up. That's not love. James laughs, his eyes wincing as he hunches over. Worry grips my chest tight, wondering just how badly he's injured. "You're fucking with me," he says. "A cousin and a brother. Must be my lucky day." My eyes snag on Tina as she inches closer to where I am. My father taps his gun on his leg, his stance rigid, his eyes as hard as steel. If you had asked me a month ago, I would have told you there was no way my father owned weapons. Yet here he is, looking every bit the gangster. "I wish I were joking," he says. James shakes his head and stumbles, his hand dropping his knife to the ground. My stomach falls to the floor, and I start to move, but I'm yanked back by the hair, Tina gripping me tight. "I don't think so." I briefly consider fighting against her hold, but I don't want to take my eyes off James, afraid that if I do, something terrible will happen. Panic spreads through my veins. My father steps forward, kicking the knife out of the way and moving in front of James, pushing the gun into his forehead, until he drops to his knees. "Dad," I plead, my heart slamming against my chest. "Stop it!" He looks back at me. "Can you not see the resemblance, Wendy?" "Resemblance to who?" Tina pulls on my hair, making me wince. "To John," he snaps. "The bastard child of your mother and my old business partner, Arthur." My breath whooshes out of me, shock ramming my gut. "What? No, Mom would never—" "Please, Wendy," my father laughs. "You're always so naive." James's mouth parts, his face growing pale. "Jonathan is my brother. Technically half." My father crouches down, taking 2 fingers and jamming them into James's side. "I thought you had died with them." James curls over, groaning in pain, his face screwed up tight. My stomach jerks as I choke out fumbled words. "Dad, please," I beg. "If you've ever loved me at all, you'll stop." My chest burns, and Tina giggles from behind me. "Haven't you done enough?" I gasp, my tears hot as they stream down my face. My father pauses, removing his bloodied fingers and standing straight. He looks at me, his gaze growing soft. "I do love you, little shadow, but I cannot let this man survive. He burned all of my planes. He disrespected my offer of business. He spit in my face and paraded my daughter around like a cheap whore on his arm." Fury and grief war together for first place in my soul. And as all of his declarations slot into place in my brain, any confusion I've ever had drains away. Clarity overcoming every sense. I understand now why my father never paid any mind to John. Why John has black hair and dark features so similar to our mother's, but also a lot like James. Disbelief coasts through me, a whispered question dancing inside my brain. My father turns back to James, pressing the barrel of his revolver against his head and clicking back the hammer.
Any last words, Hook? Bad form, Peter.
James grits out.
Not quite a fair fight.
He looks past my father, locking his cloudy eyes on me. He licks his lips, blood dribbling from the corner of his mouth. Don't say it, I hiss, my stomach twisting until it tears. Don't you dare say it. He smiles, and I swear to God the sight makes me want to die.
The greatest thing I've ever done in my life was to love you, Wendy, darling.
My heart cracks in my chest, agony ripping through me so deep it brands my soul. A guttural sob escapes my throat, making my father spin around. I thrash my body violently against Tina's hold, my head snapping back into her skull, her grip growing slack. Ripping myself away, I stumble on the ground, rising on my hands and knees to crawl toward Starkey's body, reaching out at the same moment Tina grips my ankle. She was fast, but not fast enough. I twist in her hold, raising the revolver to her face, and without another thought, I shoot. Blood explodes from the side of her head, my stomach heaving as it splashes on my legs, her lifeless body falling back and crumpling on the floor. I wipe my mouth with the back of my hand, slowly standing, focusing my eyes on where my father has James on his knees. They both stare at me, frozen, with eyes wide. Tears stream down my face, the fragments of my heart slicing through my flesh as I lift my shaky arms, aiming the gun at my father. It didn't have to be this way, I whisper.
Wendy,
James says, his voice the strongest it's been all night.
Stop this.
Did Mom die in a car accident? I ask, my finger curling around the trigger.
Little Shad.
Did she? I scream, my throat scratching from the force of my yell. My father's face drops, all pretenses gone, a blank and hollow look entering his eyes.
No.
And John, I continue, though the anguish is splitting me in half. His chin lifts.
John is not my son. He's a bastard and the living embodiment of your mother's disrespect.
My face screws up, the truth excruciating as it gores its way through the center of my chest. I breathe deep, welcoming the pain, allowing it to fuel me. I look to James, then back to my father. My hands tremble so violently, I'm surprised I can even hold them up. But I grit my teeth and push through the tremors. Don't make me do this. My voice catches on the torn-up edges of my throat. My dad chuckles, but his eyes dart nervously between the weapon and my face.
Wendy, don't be ridiculous. I'm your father.
I take slow steps forward.
Wendy!
James's voice is sharp, his gaze is wide and open, resolute acceptance in his eyes.
It's all right, darling,
he purrs.
Put the gun down.
Tears blur my vision, pain ravaging my soul. But I do as he says, lowering the weapon. My father's shoulders relax, his brows drawing in.
I'm sorry it has to be this way, little Shadow. But in time, You'll understand this was for the best.
He spins around, pushing his revolver against James's head. James closes his eyes as if he's ready and willing to accept his fate, but I'm not. Dad? I lift the gun and cock it. I'm sorry, too. And then I pull the trigger. My body hits the ground before his. Heaving sobs racking through me as I collapse in on myself, the anguish of what I just did more than I can bear. My arms wrap around my stomach, nausea making my skin sweat and my body heat, and I heave, vomit rising through my esophagus and pouring from my mouth onto the floor. My throat burns, and my soul is shattered. My eyes so swollen I can barely see. Soft touches caress my back, and then I'm pulled into a lap, James's lips coming down to press against my face.
Shh, darling. It's okay. It will all be okay.
His hold is shaky and weak, but it's there. And right now, it's exactly what I need.
Yo! What? I ain't gonna lie to you. That last chapter, insane. Insane. Did she fucking shoot her own dad? That is crazy, son. Hey. Woo! Hey, look, we're going to, that's going to be it for today's episode. We will go ahead and conclude Hook and Wendy's, or James and Wendy's story next week. We will also be doing maybe a chapter or two of our new book. I still am not giving you guys the name of the new book. You guys will figure out the name of the new book next week. But this has been my National Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Woo! I'm excited for next week because I kind of can't wait to see how this book is going to end. Oh, man, this book's gotten juicy. Oh, man. All right. Love you guys all. I will see you tomorrow if you're on Patreon. If not, I'll see you on Sunday for another episode. Also, either on stream or on the episode, whichever one comes first, whichever you guys decide to watch. Regardless, I'll see you guys on Sunday. I love you guys all, and peace. Man, was that book good.